What is up, YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. Today, we had the Mega Garchomp team once again with Mega Garchomp, Zapdos, Milotic, Tyranitar, Incineroar, and Tapu Lele. Let's get started and play some games. So, Incineroar was the new member of this team. We did adjust this team in the middle, and it's been putting in a ton of work. If you haven't checked out the last episode, highly recommend go check it out. But maybe we can get back into the 1800s with Mega Garchomp. We'll find out. You know, only time will tell, but I definitely think we could, as we got Rin from the United States, 1779 rating, with the team of Tyranitar, Celesteela. Wait, didn't we play Rin? Or didn't I play Rin? Wasn't it like sub Celesteela with like, I don't remember. No, there's no Kartana. Never mind. Wait, was there? I have no idea. How should I handle this approach? So, Lele plus Milotic doesn't seem too bad here against my opponent. My opponent doesn't have really solid answers to it. I do like Lele plus Milotic, I think. I think Lele plus Milotic is pretty good against my opponent's team. I also really like Zapdos and Incineroar. I don't really like Garchomp in this matchup, because I don't think my opponent's really bringing Tyranitar, and I don't have low kick on my Incineroar, but I do have my Milotic and my Lele, which can threaten some big damage, and I don't think you bring Tyranitar against my Garchomp, which if I did play Rin, I did bring the last time, so yeah, I'm gonna go Zapdos and Incineroar. We'll see how this goes. But basically, the only thing that's really threatening my Milotic is that Tapu Koko, and with the Psychic Terrain up, I'll live a Gigavolt Havoc from the Tapu Koko, unless it's a physical Tapu Koko, which I highly doubt. I also pressure a Landorus lead. And yeah, I always have Incineroar to switch in the back. I could always taunt the Gardevoir. There are a bunch of things that I can do against my opponent's team. So we'll see how this goes. I do want to pressure the Gardevoir because that Pokemon is a massive threat to my team. As we're going to see Gardevoir Tapu Koko here, which is alright. Against my Lele and my Milotic. Electric Surge is going to activate on the field. Not sure how much you want to give me your Tapu Koko right away. I could see maybe the, I could see Celesteela coming in. I think I want to double up the Gardevoir slot. Gardevoir I don't think protects here, unless you really want to make a safe play like a Volt Switch or a Heart Switch. But I really want to get rid of Gardevoir. That Pokemon's a massive threat to my team. And if I can get rid of it, extremely good here. And it looks like Coco's going to stay in, so I'd imagine it protects or goes for a Volt Switch here, unless it has some kind of tech move like a Light Screen, for instance. Let's see what my opponent's going to go for. Going to be that Volt Switch coming out, and it does target my Tapu Lele. So I wonder, I don't think Hyper Voice should be able to pick up the knockout on my Tapu Lele. I really don't. So let's see. Celesteela is going to come in for my opponent. That was kind of an obvious switch. So let's see what my opponent is going to go for with the Gardevoir, as I will be able to get Shower Psyche off. It will connect with the Gardevoir. If I remember right, Psychic did, what, 25% to Celesteela last time, so it might have been worth turning down to Celesteela. But I do have Incineroar and Zapdos in the back, so I'm not really too worried about the Celesteela. Here comes the Shower Psyche into the Gardevoir. How much is this going to do? I know it's resisted, but it is Psychic Terrain, and it is a Tapu Lele. Should still do a decent amount here, as we do about... Not bad, 60% isn't bad. Hyper Voice is going to come out here. And yeah, Tapu Lele survives. I do get Scald off. I could have went for the Icy Wind, but I want the immediate damage on the Gardevoir, which I do a lot. And I get a burn, which is actually pretty nice, because that Gardevoir is now on a timer, which is extremely good for me. And I might as well just go for, what, a Moonblast in the Gardevoir. Do I want Celesteela to get a boost? I mean, it doesn't really matter if I just keep Incineroar healthy, I think. You know what? Get a Moonblast here, and I think I'm just going to go hard Zapdos. I think hard Zapdos is a fine play here. Because let's see what my opponent's going to go for. I think he might just attack with Gardevoir at this point. I do want the Seed boost up, which is why I want to go hard Zapdos, and I want my Milotic decently healthy. It looks like we are going to see that this Gardevoir is just going to go down to the Moonblast, so really nice there, as I will be able to get rid of Gardevoir, and we are going to see the Leech Seed actually come out into the Zapdos slot. I do avoid which is pretty nice, but I guess I didn't really mind that the Leech Seed came out. What's going to come out here for my opponent? Maybe the Landers, I think, now. Landers is a little bit of an issue. Landers is a little bit of an issue, depending on its variant. I don't remember the item from the last game. This Coco's actually going to come out. Okay. So I don't really mind Tapu Koko coming out because of the fact, one, I could switch out my Lele. Is it really worth me switching out my Lele? I don't think it is, really. I really just want to sack Lele here because I really don't need Lele to win this game. I think I'm just going to Moonblast here, and I think I'm just going to fire off a Tailwind. Because the Tailwind seems really good to me because I could get Incineroar in and start going for Flare Blitz onto my opponent's team. Like a Heat Wave Flare Blitz is going to hurt my opponent immensely. As we're going to see the Dazzling Gleam, which isn't going to do too much to my Zapdos with the Seed Boost. As you can see, it really doesn't do much there as Lele does go down. And Tailwind will go up. So nice. As we're going to see the Leech Seed once again. Okay. I don't think my opponent's going to target down the Zapdos slot. I do go Incineroar here. I just got to get rid of that Tapu Koko, and I should be able to win this game with my Milotic. Or if I just get rid of Tapu Koko, I think I win the game in general. So I just got to play smart here. I think you would hard switch to Tapu Koko if anything, but I might as well just go for the Roost here. And a Flare Blitz in the Tapu Koko, because even if you fire off a Gigavolt Havoc, it's not too bad for me here. It's not Life Orb Koko on this team. I don't remember if it was Life Orb on the Koko. I was am I thinking of the right Koko? But I'm just gonna Flare Blitz and Roost here. It's such a safe play, I think, for me. Especially if my opponent decides to protect Koko or hard switch out expecting like a fake out. So I'd rather go for the Flare Blitz here because one, I could catch Landers on the switch. Like one, I could have went to my Milotic, but the problem is I'm still threatened by the Koko because I didn't get any damage on it prior. So I need to get this Flare Blitz off as we do see the Koko withdraw here into the Landers. Yep. Okay, I do call this right. So Landers is going to come out. We will be able to get a Flare Blitz off into this Landers. That should be doing some good damage. And Celesteela should be protecting here, I would imagine. Oh, it doesn't even protect. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's still fine for me because I get a Flare Blitz off into the Landers. And Flare Blitz and the Heat Wave into another Flare Blitz should be able to knock out the Landers. And we should outspeed unless it's a Scarf Landers. Ooh, that's a little bit bulkier than I thought. Every time I'm going to come out into the Incineroar slot. Just trying to prioritize damage, I guess. To put in my Earthquake range, which does make sense. Rock Slide's probably coming out. Oh, wait, wasn't this like the bulky Berry Landers for some reason? I remember now. I'm just gonna go for Heat Wave and switch into Milotic. Now I remember. It's like a bulky Berry Landers. Now I remember the set. If I remember right, this was the... No, wait, wasn't that a Japanese player? I might be mixing up my sets, but I go Milotic here, I think, for sure, on the Rock Slide. Heat Wave comes out. We do hit with both. Good damage. Rock Slide does come out. And doesn't do too much to Zapdos, but it should be a double up or a Leech Seed. Yep, Leech Seed is going to come out into my Milotic. I think you protect... Do you protect here? I wonder if you do protect here. Because I really just want to Icy Wind the Landers. Do I Icy Wind? I mean, Icy Wind really doesn't benefit me at all. I think Scald is a better play if I do want to attack the Landers. Or do I just want to recover Roost? You know what? I'm going to go for Recover Roost. Yeah, it is Protect Landers. Okay, so I do call this right, so I am able to get the recovery off that I do need. As Celesteela protects too. Okay, great. So that is fantastic for me because I will be able to heal up with my Zapdos. And my Milotic. And even after the Leech Seed, I won't be threatened. I guess the worst case is if my opponent decides to go for like... gets a Rock Slide flinch on the Zapdos. On a Milotic, it wouldn't be too bad, but the Zapdos, it kind of would be. Luckily, Celesteela's not going to do much with a Heavy Slam. It's already at -1, and it doesn't really hit anything on my team for really big damage at all, since all my Pokemon resist. I can go for the Tailwind and Scald here. It's such a safe play, unless maybe it's a Tectonic Rangelanders, but I would assume the Coco's the Z move at this point. So I'll just Scald. Maybe I should have protected Lele that one turn, and then hard switch into maybe like Incineroar, because the Moonblast damage might have been important. We're going to see the knockoff into Milotic, which is fine, because I only carry a bulky berry. I will be able to get a Tailwind up with my Zapdos, and get a Scald off into the Landorus slot, which will be able to pick up the knockout. So I do get rid of the Landorus there. That's a big threat to my Incineroar gone, so I'm feeling pretty good about my position now. Celesteela is going to sub a Substitute, which isn't too bad for me. That is not too bad for me at all. I can double up the Coco slot, or I could go for the Recover. How many turns of Electric Terrain are left? I do want to stall out Electric Terrain, because if I stall out Electric Terrain, I do... no, it gets reset. Here comes the Coco. What am I expecting here? Would you go for the hard Thunderbolt, or would you just go for the double protect play again? I think just Roost here is just no drawback play. I really do think that Roost is just a no drawback play here. Because I don't know if you're going to go hard on the offense here. It looks like you are. Actually, no. My Milotic would go first anyway. Okay, it does just go hard on the offense, so that's alright here. As I will be able to Roost with Zapdos. My opponent shouldn't be targeting down Zapdos here. Thunderbolt into Milotic. And Substitute once again, in case I decide to go for the Heat Wave there. Okay. Is it worth... okay. I kind of wish I Scalded now. I'm thinking of Recover here because I don't want Coco to protect here if I go for a Scald. So I'm actually going to Heat Wave and just Recover here. Yeah, perfect. Okay, nice. That works out so huge in my favor, actually. So I'm going to be able to break the Celesteela sub up. I'm pretty sure Heavy Slam's going to go into Milotic. And then my opponent was trying to get the Leech Seed to finish off the Milotic there. So that's the reason why I expected the Protect play. Because now, if I got Scald Heat Wave off, you're in a pretty bad position with Coco. It's already weakened for my Incineroar in the back. And now I kind of position myself perfectly because I'm stalling out these Electric Terrain turns, which are so crucial to this game. Every time I'm going to go out on a Zapdos. Okay, that's not what I expected, actually. I 100% expected the target into the Milotic. Still works out for me, I think. Still works out for me. Because now I can go for a Scald, and I can go for the Heat Wave. Or is it just better to Thunderbolt? Heat Wave does about 100, I think. No, it's about 75 with the spread. Yeah, something like that. Thunderbolt is 150. Thunderbolt's stronger. And Celesteela is going to get the recovery anyway with Leech Seed, so there's no point of going for Heat Wave at this point in the game. Thunderbolt into the top of Coco. Get a Scald off into the top of Coco as well. Nice damage. Thunderbolt's going to come out, finish on my Milotic. Oh, it targets Zapdos. Okay, fair. Every time I'm going to target on my Milotic, which is fine. I'm a little bit interested. I am a little bit interested. I still think my play works out, though. This Talon did peter out, yes, but I can go for Scald into Coco and Roost here. Because if you want to knock out my Zapdos, you have to go for a Thunderbolt again. I think Gleam misses the knockout. And Celesteela can't pick up the knockout on my Zapdos. So I'll just go for Scald and Roost here. I could go for Talon here too, but I don't want like Heavy Slam into Zapdos and then Incineroar versus Celesteela 1v1, which I could lose because of the fact that it's a bulky berry Celesteela. We are going to see the Thunderbolt here and target down the Zapdos. No, Milotic. Okay, that's fine. Because this game is still going out like exactly how I want it to. Substitute, or is it going to be a heavy slam to finish off this episode? I think you go for heavy slam here. I do think you go for a heavy slam. You go for substitute, which is fine. Because now I can go out into my Incineroar. Yeah, and I'm feeling pretty good about my position. I still have a berry on Incineroar. I can Tailwind here with my Zapdos. Yeah, I can fake out Tailwind here. It's just such a safe play at this point. I might have to risk a Heat Wave miss at this point, but I think it's fine. I do kind of want a Heat Wave here because I don't think you protect Coco. But yeah, I feel like I'd rather Tailwind here just to be safe in case the Coco decides to protect for some reason. Which I don't think you should because of the fact if I fake out Tailwind, you want to have the ability to protect next turn. Lee's going to go out in Incineroar, which is fine. I'm kind of worried about Zapdos getting a bit too low. Auto Electric Terrain should disappear now. Terrain should disappear now. Yeah. I don't think Gigabolt Havoc finishes off my Incineroar at this range without the Terrain. So I might as well just go for Roost, because I think you have to protect Coco here and try to weaken my Zapdos for like Heavy Slam into 2 Leech Seeds. But, okay, gonna attack with Coco instead, which is fine too. I really hope I didn't mess up this Gigabolt Havoc Cal, because I do think it shouldn't KO my Incineroar. As we will see the Gigabolt Havoc here. I should go on to my Incineroar, and I'm really hoping I live, because I should live, I think. Gigabolt Havoc. How much is this gonna do? Oh, it targets Zapdos, actually. That's a huge misplay, actually. Maybe my opponent was hoping for the Heat Wave miss. Okay, Flare Blitz gonna go out in the top of Coco. Now I'm feeling really confident about my position. I still have a Berry on Incineroar, as I said before. And I can always just keep doubling up the Celesteela slot. Every time I'm gonna come out, probably targeting my Incineroar. Oh, target Zapdos too. Okay. I'll just Roost and Flare Blitz here. I don't think I lose anything because a Protect here to stall out the Leech Seed turns from my Incineroar would be something I could definitely see. Even if you don't Protect, I guess maybe you get a Substitute up, I guess. But I don't think that's too bad for me either. Gonna go for the Roost here with Zapdos. As yeah, Celesteela protects here. So now I can double up the Celesteela slot with a Flare Blitz plus Thunderbolt, and I will be able to outspeed. I think my opponent needs a double at this point. And even if we get the double, it's going to be interesting because I don't know who's faster between my Incineroar and my opponent's Celesteela. I'm not even sure if the Celesteela can win because of the pressure stalling from my Zapdos. No, I think you could win if your max PP substitute protect stall. So this is going to be close. I actually really want to knock off the Celesteela because I'm not sure how much Flare Blitz is going to do, and I don't want the recoil to knock me out. Actually, I'm going to Thunderbolt knockoff. Because I'm not sure. Because if it is Bulky Berry Celesteela, I don't want to take all the recoil yet. And if my Incineroar goes down to Flare Blitz. Actually, no. My Incineroar would never go down to Flare Blitz recoil. But I don't want the Berry healing back to Celesteela in the past. Yep, it is the Figgy Berry. Substitute's going to be set up again. Okay. This Celesteela might actually still beat me in the end game. I got what I wanted, but at this point, I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough health to beat my opponent. But my opponent's Your Timer is pretty low. I do remember that. Do I Roost here, or... Yeah, I can Roost here. But I'd rather go for Thunderbolt, because Zapdos isn't too unhealthy yet. Yeah, because you're going to protect, stall it out. I really just wonder who's faster between the Incineroar and Celesteela. I don't remember if we saw them moving at the same speed turns. Because I remember always having Tailwind up. Because now, okay, with that berry, the point of me going for the Flare Blitz there that one turn, right, is to prevent the berry from triggering so my opponent had to substitute up. I might be able to win on your timer too, actually. I don't think my opponent can win on your timer. Oh, and if Incineroar's faster than Celesteela, a Flare Blitz just finishes off the Celesteela right here, which is, you know, really ideal. Ah, it goes for Heavy Slam instead. Okay, no, that's a misplay. Substitute is definitely the play there 100% of the time. So now my opponent probably loses to my Zapdos. Yeah, Flare Blitz goes on a Celesteela. I'm pretty sure you lose on your timer too anyway. I mean, I'm going to Flare Blitz and Roost here. I know probably a Heavy Slam's coming out in Incineroar, or just Protect. Okay, that's a safe play too. I'm pretty sure I just went on your timer at this point. This is a really long first game. We get the Roost with Zapdos. Flare Blitz into the Celesteela, and then the Leech Seed's gonna finish us off, but now I can go for a Thunderbolt into Celesteela. I'm not even sure Celesteela could beat me 1v1 in the next few turns because it's not getting as much recovery as if my Incineroar was still on the field alive. So Thunderbolt, I remember doing it around 50-60%, so it might be in range. And yeah, again, my opponent has 18 seconds on the timer. There's no way for my opponent to win. I still have too many roosts for my opponent. Thunderbolt gonna come out in a Celesteela. I actually just finished this off the Celesteela, so that's gonna be a good game. So gonna be able to pick up a win there, which is really nice. I think that was the I really think it was that Barry Landers that we faced earlier. So we get our revenge, I guess, unless I'm completely thinking of a different player, or maybe it's a popular team that I just don't know of. But nice, we do get the run back. I do think that maybe I did make a few misplays. I think keeping Lele alive might have been nice. Maybe just going hard Coco there. I mean, going hard Incineroar, I guess, would have been fine. But yeah, I think it worked out no matter what. And maybe if I just Heat Waved it that one turn instead of setting up the Tailwind immediately, it would have just been so much better. But we reached the 1800s once again with Mega Garchomp. Let's find one more game, and hopefully it won't be as long as the last one. I hate Celesteela, my people. I do not like using it. I do not like facing it. It's just something that just drags out a lot. As we got, oh boy, another Celesteela, great. Charizard, Landorus, Fairy, Incineroar, Tapu Koko, Nihilego, and Celesteela. This looks a bit more like an offensive team, like a really offensive team. Tyranitar puts in work if it gets his policy off. There are a few things that are interesting about this matchup. I feel like I need Lele for terrain control. I feel like I need Zapdos. I feel like, okay, I think Koko Nihilego is going to be brought here. Koko Nihilego. Landers, Charizard? I'm not even sure if he brings Celesteela. I don't think it's that great against my team. Yeah, I think that's what I would bring if I was my opponent. Let's go Zapdos, Lele. Tyranitar, Garchomp? Yeah, I want another answer to Celesteela just in case. I'm gonna leave the Garchomp at home, which is gonna seem really weird to me because I feel like Garchomp's pretty good in this matchup, but let's see how this goes. Sets I'm thinking it might be Scarf Nihilego, could be Sash as well, but I think Scarf probably is the more common one. Especially since, or Scarf Landers. I think it's one of the two are going to be Scarf because of the fact that my opponent doesn't really like opposing Tapu Koko, I feel like. So I think one of them has to be Scarf. We're going to see Koko Nihilego lead. Is that even good for me? It's fine, yeah. It's fine. I go Zapdos Lele here. Now, I don't believe Acid Spray into... I don't think Acid Spray into Gigavolt Havoc should knock out my Zapdos with the terrain up. So I think I could easily just get a Tailwind up here, unless there's a Trick Room on the Nihilego, but there's not really anything that really benefits from Trick Room. I guess maybe Celesteela, but Celesteela doesn't usually need Trick Room. Incineroar, I guess. Maybe if it's a slow Charizard. Oh boy. Oh, I'm just gonna protect, go for a Tailwind. If he faced Trick Room, I guess we know it's Trick Room, but I mean, I think Tyranitar could come in then afterward, so I don't feel like it'd be end of the world. Power Gem, it is Scarf Nihilego, and it looks like it's just doubling up the Zapdos slot, which shouldn't KO at all. Nice. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna KO at all. So I could have actually just got a knockout there. If I just went for a Psychic, that would have been great. That still works out in my favor, I think. Because here comes the Gigavolt Havoc that should not knock out Zapdos no matter what. Yep, double targets. I never expected the double target. Maybe I should have went aggressive with Lele, but I didn't want to lose Lele. And yep, it doesn't pick up the knockout. And I do get that Tailwind up, so that's really clutch here. Now I can go for a Psychic. Psychic in Terrain does knock out Nihilego, and then I just get a free Roost. Even if Nihilego switches out, don't think it's too big of a deal because I get my Zapdos free Roost, and Coco really can't do much on the board because it can't damage my team. Maybe it can go for a Volt Switch, but I think that would be fine as well. So Nihilego is going to retreat here into the Celesteela. So I do have a Thunderbolt for that Celesteela anyway, and I think a double up in the Celesteela would pick up the knockout, so I think I'm fine with this. My opponent makes a great aggressive play here though. Oh jeez, that's especially defensive. Ooh, that special defense drop though does help. Roost comes out from the Zapdos. If I get rid of this Celesteela, I think I do win the game. So Volt Switch does come out. And yeah, as you can see, it's really not doing much to my team. Here comes the, what, Nihilego again? Yeah. I wonder if Thunderbolt would knock out the, oh, what? Oh, I thought that was like a seed, and I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense, but yeah. Now I can go for a Thunderbolt into the Celesteela, because Thunderbolt's going to do a lot, and you know what? I might as well just fire out the Shattered Psyche and try to pick up a knockout onto Nihilego slot. My opponent doesn't have any good switch-ins. Nihilego's going to retreat into what? Coco? Yeah, that's fine. I really don't mind that. I could have doubled in the Celesteela one slot again, but I could have also seen maybe like Celesteela switching out into Coco and going for a Sludge Bomb, because Nihilego does live Psychic out of terrain, but I guess you don't know my light item, which is fair because if I was Life Orb, I might be able to knock out the Celesteela anyway. But here, getting rid of Coco seems really solid for me right here. So I will be able to get a Shattered Psyche off into the Coco slot, and that should pick up the knockout. Yep, Coco goes down. Great. I wonder who that back Pokemon is. I wonder if it's Landers. Thunderbolt does come out into Celesteela with the -1 special defense drop. Absolutely huge. Does big damage to that Celesteela, as Heavy Slam is going to come out and target down my Lele, which should finish off the job. Yep. So Lele goes down. Still tricky. I think I'll go into Tyranitar here. I wonder if Landers is going to come in or Nihilego once again. It's Nihilego, okay. So I think I get a free Dragon Dance up. I forgot what Nihilego hits speed-wise. It looked like modest Nihilego to me. I don't think it's timid. I mean, I'm just going to Dragon Dance with my Tyranitar. Because Heavy Slam's not going to do much to my Tyranitar. Nihilego's going to retreat here, which is fine. Landers? Yeah, that's fine. I kind of hope my opponent goes for Heavy Slam here instead of Leech Seed, but you might go for the Leech Seed here, which, again, I wouldn't be too concerned about, because I will get a Roost off. Kind of worried about Scarf and Nihilego maybe sweeping me in the end game, though, which I do have to be concerned about. Dragon Dance goes up with the Tyranitar, so we will be boosted, and the Leech Seed does come out into the Zapdos slot, which is fine. I'll gladly take that. I'll gladly take that. The Celesteela is still pretty low. It should go down to a Rock Slide regardless. I wonder if this Landorus is superpowered. That's like my main question. It probably is, I would imagine. There's a hard Incineroar switch I think is fine, and going for the protect. Celesteela's not going to heal much. Ooh, we see the double. Very nice double on my opponent's part. Nihilego going to come out. Oh, I kind of wish I just went for the Rock Slide there then. It's very nice double. Unfortunately, we can't confirm the item on the Landorus, but maybe it is Scarf. We will protect our Tyranitar here. As we see the protect from Celesteela. Okay. I could have got free Rock Slide and Nihilego or Dragon Dance. That would have been absolutely huge. Still not too bad though. Yeah, because I could always fake out here. I could fake out the Celesteela. I could fake out the Nihilego. I could go for knockoff Dragon Dance, which is kind of tempting here. Because I'll live a Power Gem. Yeah, I kind of want to go for the knockoff Dragon Dance, especially if there's a Lander switching in for Celesteela. Yep. Let's see here. Because I'll be able to threaten the Nihilego slot no matter what the following turn. So knockoff. Power Gem comes out into Incineroar, which should survive. Yeah. Knockoff going to come out, and Dragon Dance up again. I am really worried about, do I live the superpower from Landorus, though? Oh, wait, it can't be Scarf on the Landorus. It's Scarf Nihilego. What am I saying? I've been probably saying that for a while. Alright. Get the Berry back with Incineroar. I could probably just win with Zapdos plus Incineroar at this point, now that I'm thinking about it. Actually, yeah, I think that might be the better play. I kind of want to protect going to Zapdos, but I don't want Zapdos taking a Power Gem, so I'm actually just going to hard Rock Slide and see what my opponent decides to do. I think you would go hard Celesteela here in Earthquake. That's also another play. But I can see Superpower Power Gem coming out. Rock Slide does connect with both, which is really good because I need that neutral damage onto the Landorus. Big damage coming out, does pick up the knockout onto Nihilego. Critical hit I don't think matters because Nihilego doesn't have the greatest defenses in the world. As Landorus flinches, that's absolutely huge actually. That is absolutely huge. I didn't even need the flinch. If you knock out my Tyranitar, and if you don't, if you hit me with like an Earthquake Superpower or Earthquake or Rock Slide, I would have been able to get a Weakness Policy boost. So I don't think it matters in the long run that I was aiming for, but yeah, that's pretty big for me for momentum wise. Incineroar seems fine here, and just to switch into my Tyranitar now, because now I can play more aggressive with the Tyranitar since I do have it, and now I could fake out Assurance, I think, the Landorus. So I'll go out in Incineroar, get this Intimidate off, and protect my Tyranitar once again. I did make this play earlier, so it might be obvious. Maybe my opponent's going to capitalize with like a Leech Seed Earthquake into that slot, or maybe go for a Substitute if you have it. Yeah, we'll see here. Wide Guard. Ooh. Earthquake? No, just Rock Slide. Okay. That's an interesting one. Incineroar avoids the attack too. I would have survived regardless, so it didn't really matter. I didn't need Incineroar healthy. I just needed it around, because now I get the fake out pressure. I get the Insurance off. And I think that might be able to finish off the Landorus. And if not, a double up will definitely finish off the Landorus. And Celesteela cannot beat Zapdos plus Incineroar, as the match is going to be forfeited and do take the game. So I get a few lucky breaks there, but I feel like in the end game, I still think I positioned myself well enough in order to win without the lucky breaks. But they just took away any avenue of my opponent winning the game. So nice, able to pick up a win there. And yeah, because if Tyranitar went down to a superpower from the Landorus, let's say, one, I already knocked out the Nihilego, so the Landorus is going to be stuck in. I get a free switch into my Incineroar. The Landorus is already at -2 attack, -1 defense. I can fake out Tailwind, and then afterward, because it's not Scarf Landorus, my Incineroar should be able to outspeed. Yeah, it actually does outspeed the Landorus. Once I get Tailwind up, and then I can just finish off the Landorus with like a Flare Blitz, and I can finish off the Celesteela with Thunderbolt. So either way, that was my game plan all along at that point of the game. But yeah, Able to pick up 2 wins in today's episode. Really nice there, but hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. If you did like it, please leave a like down below, show some support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down in the description, such as my social medias, the sides of my channel. All that will be linked down below. Unfortunately, we did not get to bring the Mega Garchomp today, but the Incineroar, Tyranitar, Zapdos, and Tapu Lele putting in a ton of work for us. As well as, we didn't bring the Garchomp. We brought the other Mon. I can't remember the name of it right now. Oh yeah, Milotic. Milotic also put in a ton of work for us today. But, as always, leave a comment down below as I do read them. Feel free to leave a like, show your support, and of course, if you missed any previous episodes, you can check them out down below in the description. Follow me on my Twitch channel, which I have been streaming nearly almost every single day recently, aiming for that partnership. So, if you do want to catch some live streams, go hang out there. Go drop that channel a follow, and of course, if you do want to try out this team alongside me, there is a placement of it down below. So, otherwise, have a great day, people, and until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.